I am Jezebel, the woman they feared, the queen they could not silence.
The sun burned over the city of Samaria, casting long shadows over the palace of King Ahab. The corridors, lined with gold and marble, echoed with whispers. Women in fine garments whispered secrets. Guards walked the halls, eyes wary. And then she arrived, Jezebel, daughter of Ethbaal, a Phoenician queen, and a woman whose very presence would shape Israel's destiny. The scriptures tell us she was cunning, manipulative, and ruthless. 1 Kings 16:31. But beneath the surface of power and beauty, Jezebel's court held dark secrets that no one talks about. King Ahab, though a ruler, was captivated by Jezebel's charisma. She dictated the court's every decision, steering Israel toward idolatry and bloodshed. 1 Kings 21:25. Behind the ornate walls, whispers of murder, manipulation, and religious corruption filled the air. The prophet Elijah would later call her the harlot Jezebel. But to understand her influence, we must step inside the shadows of her court, where the innocent were often the first victims. Elijah's arrival marked the beginning of a terrifying period. The prophets of Yahweh, men and women dedicated to truth, were hunted. Jezebel did not merely oppose them with words. She sent assassins and conspirators to silence them. Imagine a prophet walking the streets of Samaria, eyes constantly scanning the horizon, aware that a single misstep could lead to death. These were men and women who spoke for God, yet even their faith could not shield them from Jezebel's wrath. One of the most chilling episodes recorded is the story of Naboth's vineyard. Naboth, a simple man of faith, refused to sell his ancestral land to the king. Jezebel, relentless and cunning, orchestrated a plot to have him falsely accused and executed. The palace that gleamed with wealth was also a den of deceit. Women and men in the court conspired, and Naboth, innocent and righteous, was stoned to death. Jezebel's power was absolute, her will carried out in blood, yet masked as justice. Beyond murders and plots, Jezebel ruled through fear and manipulation. Her court was filled with advisors who feared displeasing her more than the Babylonians or Assyrians ever could. Young women were brought into the palace, not for honor, but as pawns in political schemes. Alliances were sealed with marriages, promises, and sometimes terror. Every smile hid a dagger, and every compliment concealed a threat. Jezebel's dark influence extended to religion. She brought the worship of Baal and Asherah into Israel. Temples that once echoed with the prayers of Yahweh were now filled with incense, false rituals, and human sacrifices. The women of her court were sometimes forced to participate in rituals, their bodies and voices used to perform acts that desecrated what was holy. Fear and control were inseparable, and obedience was demanded with a brutality few dared to resist. Amid the opulence and terror, many women suffered in silence. Some were spies, reporting every move of potential threats. Others were concubines, married off for political gain. Their lives, though hidden from scripture, were a daily testament to survival under Jezebel's shadow. One young woman, Ashtoreth, whispered prayers to Yahweh at night, hiding her faith from Jezebel's watchful eyes. Her every action was calculated, a dance between obedience and the desire to remain pure in spirit. Elijah confronted Jezebel openly. The palace trembled with fear. She was defiant, unrepentant, her power a tangible force. Yet, the prophet's courage inspired hope. They reminded the oppressed women that no throne of gold could withstand divine justice. In these moments, the stories of Jezebel's cruelty became intertwined with the triumph of faith, even if it was hidden from plain sight. Despite her power, Jezebel's reign was not eternal. The dark secrets she wielded, the terror she inspired, and the lives she destroyed eventually set the stage for her own demise. The women of Israel, once trapped and silenced, would see justice in the unraveling of her schemes. Her court, once a place of fear and corruption, would be remembered as a cautionary tale, a stark reminder that power wielded through cruelty invites destruction. Jezebel's court teaches a chilling truth. Influence and power are double-edged swords. Beauty, cunning, and political skill can hide cruelty and injustice. Those who live in fear may obey outwardly, but their spirit cannot always be controlled. Her story is not only about Jezebel herself, but about the countless women and men who suffered in silence, navigating a world where obedience was survival and hope was an act of rebellion. Though Jezebel's cruelty is infamous, the courage of the silenced voice women who prayed, resisted, and survived remains hidden. Their resilience, though not chronicled in gold or stone, is etched into the lineage of Israel. They preserved the faith, whispered the truth, and waited for the day when justice would be more than a prophecy, it would be a reality. Jezebel's court was a theater of power, seduction, fear, and death. Behind the grandeur, countless lives were twisted, silenced, and broken, and yet, even in the darkest courts, light persisted in the courage and faith of the oppressed. If you want to uncover more hidden stories of biblical history, women, the prophets, and the untold truths, subscribe and hit the notification bell. History has secrets, and not all of them are written in gold. Some are written in courage, whispered through generations.